us, and you were saying that this could be the
You're good.
We're going to separate this. Oh, hi. Good morning. This morning we have Ann Silverman from our. What happened? I thought you turned it off. Good morning. This morning we have Ann Silverman from our Framingham office here to inspire us and talk about Buffini visuals. We're going to be talking about door knocking and how to take your marketing to the next step by adding visuals and to make a connection with your clients. And you can find the materials for this in Jostle in the library under expireds, FSBOs, and door knocking. Welcome, Ann.
Hi there. I'm Ann, as she said. I'm from the Framingham office, and I'm here today to talk to you about relationship marketing. I prefer to stand, so that's what I'm going to do. So it's really important to keep in touch with your past clients, with everybody that you know that possibly can give you referrals. So when you're looking at your sphere of influence, you should be keeping in touch with everyone. You want to be top of mind when it comes to real estate. So if somebody is passing by somebody you know and they say, hey, you know, I saw a house I like, your name is going to roll off their tongue because when they think of real estate, they think of you. So that's the goal. So how do we do that? By constant contact, by constantly keeping in touch with everybody. I like to do a lot of pop buys, okay? So that's constantly being in touch with people and giving them something of value, okay? Like right now, at this time of year, it's fall, and as you can see on the slide, we have some fall pop buys. I'm already gearing up for Halloween, which is next month, and Thanksgiving, which I'm doing together. So I'm doing the free pie giveaway. So I'm actually inviting all of my past clients to buy a pie. Not buy a pie, get a pie. I'm buying the pies. So it's a free pie, and that goes along with and I need the orders by November, because if I'm going to get them, I have to know what I'm ordering. So I am making pop pies that are pertinent to Halloween. Okay, so these are towels. My favorite place in the world is Christmas tree shops because they have towels for every single occasion out there. So these are just towels, and it says, you know, come in for a bite. And I attached to it some candy. They had these great baggies at Christmas tree shop that I fill with, of course, candy. What's Halloween without candy? And then the first card on there is pertaining to Halloween. Take the trickery out of real estate and treat yourself to a true professional. Boom. Or don't let you know, don't let, you know, real estate spook you, you know, treat yourself to a true professional. You just come up with different things. Like this one is on the screen here is with pumpkins, you know, I always will have, you know, carve out enough time for you. You know, showing people that they're important to you. The next one is, you know, Happy Halloween from your peeps. And Christmas tree shops actually has those ghost peeps, because I was just there yesterday to get some supplies. And here you have that, you know, carve your pumpkin. So again, carving out for you. And these are ones that I do. So now we're getting to some of mine. So that was last year's, and it said the same thing. And you can take advantage of LAER, which is so wonderful to have these great logos. That's just a logo. that I expanded and fit on. This one that I did this year, just to change it up a bit, is just a logo, okay, from LAER. My Thanksgiving one is a LAER logo. So it makes it really easy. So, you know, this one is basically for Halloween, and it also invites them. I have here that it says, I would like to express my appreciation for your real estate business, referrals, goodwill, and friendship by providing your family with a free Thanksgiving pie. And on the back, it has that I need the pie ordered by November 6th. So either email me or call me. They have 5 choices this year of pies, and I get them from a local farm by me in Sherborne. And then this year we're doing a collective client appreciation. Last year I just had them come pick them up at my office, and I had some hors d'oeuvres and some drinks to share so my clients can get to know each other. And this year I'm doing it with the Wellesley office. So we're going to be doing a collective client appreciation gathering at John Harvard's. So we're going to rent the back room and have lots of energy, you know, because the more the merrier. We'll be giving out the pies as well as having, of course, beer tasting and a cooperative meeting, which will be great. So that's exciting. And this was last year's, and I also send out to all of my past clients just to make sure that they get it multiple ways. I'll try to stop by almost every past client that I can and bring this over. So I have that one. Here's another Halloween one that I made for the same for this year. These are $1 at Christmas tree shops, of course, filled with candy. And then I found these great orange cups that were 4 for $1. Woo! And they sell these bags, 20 for I think $1, $1.50. So it's really not expensive to keep in touch. Of course, there are people that sell swag items that are much more expensive. I love items that I could put my own stickers on as well, and I'll show you some of those as we go through. So this is the postcard I made last year. Of course, this year I'm just going to change it to the spider, because that's what I'm using, to the give thanks with the family table. And on the back it has the choose your pie, and just put the address labels on it or mail merge it, however you want to do it, and it's just another reminder. So I will mail those also probably at very end of October. So it's a last reminder for those of them that didn't order pies yet. So that's really important. So that's right now. So these are things you can gear up for. Go to Christmas tree shops, buy the towels. The towels are $1.99. The cups are cheaper. I buy the softer towels. They have ones that are cheaper, but they're hard. So I want ones that they're going to use. And they have like 4 different kinds. They're really cute. Any questions on any of that? Okay. So other ways that I also always keep in touch or meet new people even is by always having things in my car. So here's another pie one that you could use. Any way you slice it, I'm grateful for your referrals.
That's adorable.
You know, so that's a great one. So that could even go with the pies. So that's something actually you can even put on the pie, or when you're giving the pies to your clients, you can do that. I actually made these stickers last year, round ones, that I put right on the pies. And it's just a turkey, and it says, I'm so thankful for you as my past clients, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, Ann Silverman. So I'll make those up again to put on each pie, so everybody knows who it's from. So it's just another thing that you can do. So it's sticking right on there, and I like things that are always reminders. Let's see what else we have in the PowerPoint itself. It's so refreshing working with clients like you. So I guess you could put that with a bottle of water that you can maybe even bring to the gym. If you work out at the gym and you meet people at the gym and you're on the treadmill, and maybe bring a couple extra water bottles and give them out.
Have you done water bottles like at open houses that have your brand?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. That's a great idea, though. I do bring a basket to all of my open houses with things that they could take with them. So since I have that basket right here, so people love to take things, and they can pick what they want. So ice cream scoopers, of course, for summer. Call me for the scoop on the current real estate market.
That's awesome.
These I always have in my car. Doggy bags, and I love the doggy bags. These are $1. Come at Christmas tree shops. Comes with one and an extra roll. Can't beat that. I have a dog. I always walked around the dog park, around the reservoir in Ashland, and I would take at least 5 of these in a bag with me. and I'd make sure to give them out along my way. And sometimes they'd look at me like, what are you giving me? And I'm like, don't worry, it's free. And I don't expect anything except if you ever think you want to sell or buy real estate, give me a shout because I'm obviously very creative. Okay? So I love these because I have a sticker that's right on the bone that says, it is my duty to protect you every step of the way.
So can you go back? I know can you go back and explain that to the people who are listening? That when you're shopping in dollar store or Christmas tree shop, how you're looking for where you can put the sticker.
Well, these, I figured a label like a regular address label, and it just happened to fit perfectly. So that's great. These measuring cups I really like as well. These were $1. I mean, everybody could use more measuring cups, right? One gets dirty, you need another cup to measure something else, so you have more. And the holder had the perfect place to put a sticker. On most of them, actually, I removed this sticker and put it there. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it says, I appreciate you as clients and your referrals beyond measure. Boom. Okay? So that's another one that I love if I could do that. They don't all lend themselves to that. I have a market analysis right after this in Ashland at 1 o'clock. So after I do it, I will leave them with my Mr. Clean. These are 97 cents at Christmas tree shops because this is a magic eraser. So I say before you think about painting walls, if you have a few scuff marks, try using this to get it off. And it says right on the box, with Ann Silverman in your corner, you can expect all to be squeaky clean from start to finish. And it leaves them with something. It's just, you know what it is? It's about the unexpected extras. Mm-hmm. This is one of the unexpected extras that I do. And that's what it's all about. I can tell you that I just sold. People always said, have you ever seen anything come back to you for these? And last week, Thursday, I sold a house in Mansfield for $560,000, and I sold their condo for $380,000. And I met them because they had 2 Dobermans, and I gave them doggy bags. And their Dobermans needed a forever yard because they were living in a condo. So that's great. Okay? So, eventually it's going to come back to you. You just never know when it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Okay, what else do I have? Some of them are really great, not only for people that you know, but for door knocking on, let's say, expireds or canceled. Mm. For those, there are 2 that I really love. This one and this one. This one is good all year round. And these are also ones that I keep in the basket because they're not really specific to anything. Past clients, like asking for referrals. This one is perfect. It's extra gum. Buy them by the box in BJ's or Costco. And they come in, peppermint or wintergreen. I don't know, one's green, one's blue. And it basically says the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is, come on, that little extra. And you're giving them extra gum, right? Extra. So these are great for expireds, but knock on their door. And don't leave it there, honestly, if they're not there. Go back another time, okay? You want them to meet you. You want to have a face-to-face. You want them to see that you're doing something extraordinary. They're going to get a ton of calls from people. They might even get letters from people. But how many people are actually knocking on their door and saying, I noticed your listing expired? I do things a little differently. I do a little bit extra, which makes my presentation of your property extraordinary. And that's what you need to sell your home, right? So that's a good one. Come January, you're going to have a whole bunch of expired and canceled that didn't sell in the fall. Our inventory is low, maybe not as many as we have in the past, but you're going to have them. Come January, hand warmers. Okay? It may still be cold outside, but the spring real estate market is already heating up. And it says, if I can give you a hand, please call. Okay, so these work great for past clients. These work great for expireds, for canceled, for having at an open house. Just for people to take with them, little gifts. They all love these little gifts. So those are ones that I always keep. And it's something that, you know, somebody might give you a shout for. What else do we have? So that was the hand warmers. And then, oh, in my other bag of goodies here. So I always try to have things for all times of year. So for, you know, the Happy New Year, you know, I think just popping by, I included popcorn, bag of popcorn, you know, that they can use. And I actually got a listing because of that. This is kind of funny. So a year ago, I always keep in touch. So this was just like a referral exchange lead. And I met them a year and a half ago. And I met with her, and she met with other agents, and she kept telling me, you know, meeting with other agents, I'm meeting with other agents. And I'm like, well, that's great, because you should. You should go with whoever you feel most confident with and that you feel you're going to get along with the best. And a few months later, I stopped by, and I brought them, you know, St. Patty's Day. You know, I wish you a happy St. Patty's Day with some peppermint patties. You know, and they weren't home, and I left it for them because I already had a relationship with her. And she called me and thanked me. Thought that was great. And then they were really cleaning up their house. They didn't have very much food. They just got back from vacation. And it was, I think it must have been already a year later, so it must have been January. And they were really excited because they were going to watch a movie and they didn't have any food. And I had just left for them the Happy New Year and popcorn. And her husband actually said to her, if that popcorn is good, she's the one. She told me that story. So 2 weeks later, I listed their house. She said that I was the only one that really kept in touch with her. So there you go. So every little bit helps. So I have like, I could even, you know, pass these around if you want to see some, but, you know, these are some of the ones that you're seeing up there.
I really love this.
And I mean, I'm happy to help you. I don't think anybody really needs to recreate the wheel, you know.
Talk a little bit about how you print them.
Okay, so these are printed on regular 8.5 by 11, and I think I get 6 on a sheet. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I use cardstock paper, and I get 6 on a sheet. These ones that I'm using right now are printed on, I use my feature sheet paper, so it's the bigger one, 11 by 17 or whatever, something like that, and I get, I think, 9. And it's a little heavy, but not as heavy as some of the cardstock. So, you know, those are some of the ones that I use. And here you see, this is another one. So this I did in the spring. Of course, that one's the one of time, which is easy. And I could put a sticker right on there when the time is right. Call me for all your real estate needs. So another one that you could have just at an open house as well, because it's not pertinent to anything. And then it says, give me a house to call my home. Family and flowers will make it a home on the card.
That's nice.
Okay. And I actually also have, so I had all of these out as giveaways. In May, we did a community service thing. And this is a great thing that you can do. Get together with a bunch of people and offer a shredding day. Okay. I'm serious. We had a shredding truck come to a facility.
Hello.
And we invited...
They wanted me to come in to...
That's okay. Welcome. So we had a shredding day. We all had a shredding truck. It's great to do after April 15th, after taxes, because everybody has to get rid of what they had from 8 years ago, right? Because they don't need that anymore. And they want to shred it safely because they don't want people getting their personal information. So we did it on Cinco de Mayo. So we had some Cinco de Mayo treats, you know, those fun cinnamon things and
churros.
Yes, we had churros and we had some drinks and it was really great. And I went around to past clients and I gave them scissors. These were $1 at the Dollar Tree or dollar store. And it says it would take a long time with scissors, because it sure would. Okay, join us on May 5th for Shredding Day. And refreshments will be served. Meet new friends while getting rid of all your unneeded and personal papers in a safe and quick manner. Because you can watch it get uploaded into the shredding truck and come down in pieces. Okay? So it's a great thing to offer your community and your past clients. Actually, somebody the other day said to me, when are you doing that again?
See?
So I said, you'll have to wait till next year. So here's another one of the planter things. These mugs are $1 at Christmas tree shops sometimes. Okay, so they're usually 2, but they had one day when they had this special, so I got an email from them and I ran.
So I have a question. Since you're so good at going to the Christmas tree shop, do you sometimes go like the day or two after the holiday when things are discounted and then stock up on them for...
I'm not that good.
Oh.
I'd like to take credit for that, but I'm not that good. But everything's a write-off anyway, so just save all your receipts. Everything's a write-off. These are all supplies that you need to conduct your business. So the seeds were like 4 for $1, you know, so I bought a whole bunch of seed packages. And this is the same thing, you know, give me a house to call my own, flowers and family will make it a home, and it's with the seeds. And another thing that I give out at that time that I also have somewhere maybe are seeds for forget-me-not flowers.
I love that one.
And of course it says forget-me-not for all your real estate needs. And there it is. And it's a sticker you just put right on there. So forget-me-not flower seeds. Okay, they're cheap, but you know, you just buy them. Christmas Tree Shops again has towels for every single occasion. So you just start a collection, and these are left over from last year. I didn't buy any yet this year for Thanksgiving. Give thanks. So I'll be popping by people's houses. And remember, it's really a pop by. So it would take you forever if you actually went into all these houses and sat down and had coffee and tea. So you're always like on your way somewhere. And sometimes you could call in advance and say, I'm going to be in your neighborhood tomorrow. I have to be there for whatever reason. Of course, that doesn't have to necessarily be real, you know, but you're planning to be there so you can pop by, okay? They have wonderful ones for spring, home sweet home, plant dreams and grow possibilities. And these are all really nice and soft, so they're really good ones. Kiss Me, I'm Irish.
Oh, perfect.
Another Irish one. And then I have somebody that makes pretzels and things, like, you know, they'll chocolate cover pretzels and put decorative, you know, like sprinkle things on it that represent the different holidays. So you can attach those if you want. And I think that's about all I have in my little bag of tricks. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, other things of keeping in touch. So I live in a condo community, and I have 324 condos right outside my door. I actually live in houses right behind them. So I keep it, they're like my farm. I've been farming to them for 18 years, because that's how long I've been in the business. And you do have to spend money to make money. So that I can't stress that enough. You really have to. So I send them a quarterly newsletter, and you don't have to recreate the wheel, because we have a wonderful thing called the RAW report that comes out that I don't send to everybody in my community, because that would be a lot. I send that every month to my 100, 120 very important clients and past friends, clients, people that have referred me business. But I send this out to the 324 condos quarterly. So once I send it with my Patriot calendars, once I send it with my Red Sox calendars, and once I send it with my regular calendars, the pull-off ones that I'm going to get for November, December. And then there's one that I just send it, that's it, you know, just on its own in the summertime. So 5 reasons you should sell this summer. Coming soon to Spyglass Hill. You know, the current ones that have sold or that are under agreement. And then things to do in Ashland this summer, because it's specific. This one had Spruce Up Your Home Summer Projects. I think that one I might have taken from one of the RAW reports and imported it here. So I think it's just, you've got to keep in touch. And I send out that to 324 condos quarterly. So, and I definitely, and I list, you know, I have a condo there coming on hopefully in a couple weeks. I've sold 2 condos up there, 1 condo up there this summer, actually this one, the one that's on here, 99. That wound up, no, that's 41. That's a really old one. 99 was another one I put on in there that I sold privately. Somebody in the complex wanted it. They said they didn't want to wait. So it was just, I facilitated the sale instead. So any questions on anything?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you were new in the business, you talk about the complex that you're marketing to and have for a long time. People need to start with something, a niche neighborhood. Where are you going to market to? And the important part, as you would say, is having a strategy of how to consistently market. So do you look at the year and think about all the holidays ahead of time and think, when am I going to hit this market that I've chosen to market to?
I am, for mine, which is a specific complex, I actually even made a Spyglass Hill Facebook page group that I have about 50 members to. Every one of these things that go out actually has the Facebook, join the Facebook group on the back. I try to put things on there every once in a while of things that are going on. I do look at the calendar, and I always have my regular quarterly that I send out to them. I also have, for people that are on my email list, I use Imprev, which I think is fantastic, and I schedule it in advance for the entire year for all of, you get my home and finance tips. I think that just went out this past week. So all my people got that. I also look at all the holidays, and I send out the ones that I want to send out. They have something for everything, set your clocks back, push your clocks forward. They have something for all the holidays, holidays that you don't even want to maybe use, like International Coffee Day. So there are ones that I pick and choose that I want to send, because I don't want to inundate them so they never read my emails. But I do have at least, they probably get a touch every 2 weeks via email. They get my RAW report, snail mail, in the mail, every month. Okay? They get quarterly things from me. My clients also all get the quarterly things. What I send to Spyglass quarterly, all my clients get. So all my past clients, I'm on their refrigerator somewhere. If it's not sticking to the front, is that me again? Ugh, sorry. If it's not sticking to the front, it's sticking to the side, because of stainless steel. But they all have me on their refrigerator. And for the ones that I don't get rid of, I usually get the house magnet on the top. Don't throw out the ones that you didn't give out if you buy them. Cut that off, because it's a business card and it's a magnet. So cut that off and reuse it, because it's not garbage.
What about something like first-time homebuyer seminars? Have you done anything like that?
I used to do that quite often. I'll be honest, I haven't done that in a long time. I found that people don't like to leave their homes. If I could offer it in a webinar, and I could today do that, that might be better. I used to write to the rental complexes and invite all the renters, why rent when you could own kind of thing. And I used to do it with a mortgage person and an attorney, and the three of us would share it. And I actually even did it I used to do it at the Crown Plaza in Natick. But I found that I'd get 15 people that signed up, and then they didn't all show up.
If someone was thinking about doing, especially a first-time homebuyer seminar, can you give suggestions of a pop-by that might be appropriate for that?
Oh, geez, you're really testing me. I guess it could be any of them. I mean, I think it depends on the time of year. If it's spring, for the real scoop. Yeah. Because then it's ice cream time, right? I think the extraordinary one is also one that you could use, and I'd have to really think about it.
The extraordinary one is great, because that's about your value proposition and just shows I'm different. So. Yeah.
And you want a buyer's agent, so that would be it's very important to have somebody to hold your hand and walk you through the process every step of the way. I do always offer a buyer consultation. I sit down privately with buyers, and it takes probably 45 minutes. I go through, it's like Real Estate 101. I go through the entire process from, pre-approval to making an offer, to what an offer looks like. I have a fake offer that I write with them. I use nice round numbers like 300,000 for easy math. And I go through the whole process, and then they're like, oh my God, that's a lot. And I'm like, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through the process every step of the way when we actually get to there. So it's very important that they understand your value. And there's so much they don't know. So if a contractor is needed after an inspection, I got a guy for that. And if I don't have a guy for that, I'm going to put it on Jostle, and somebody has a guy for that. So it's just to show your value. You have, inspectors, attorneys, contractors, for anything that comes up, mortgage people, that you can do things to help them. I mean, it's great to be able to pull a mortgage person out of your hat when they're having trouble getting a loan from whatever process they started with. So.
Have you used the Popeyes for expireds and FSBOs?
Yes.
And explain that a little.
Well, that's when I use the extraordinary one. The extra one, the hand warmers, those are the ones that I usually use.
So with the expireds, do you do that quickly? You know, like if you go into MLS that morning and see that something, how quickly would you?
You would want to go that day.
Okay.
I would say the quicker the better.
Okay.
Generally speaking, well, you really want to look at the history. Don't just go. First of all, look at the history. You know, how many times have they been on the market? I mean, just have, you know, knowledge is power, right? So you want to know as much as possible. And same thing with leads. If you get a lead from somebody, look it up. You know, find out their names. Maybe go on, if the permits are online, see if they have permits for things. Because that might give you some information like kitchen, you know, remodel. Oh, wow. So now you know before you even knock on their door, they remodeled their kitchen. That's great. That's, you know, knowledge is power. Somebody mentioned to me a lead on Old Connecticut Path, and I drove by, and the house looked familiar, and then I looked it up, and I'm like, oh my God, I know that house. That was other realtors that I used to know that moved to California. It was their house. So I called them up, and I looked it up, and I'm like, oh my God, that was Karen and Spee's house. So when I called him, and I'm like, I've been to this house. I knew this house. You know, did you buy this from Karen and Spee? And he's like, yeah, they moved to California. I'm like, right, to be with their grandkids, because I knew that.
See?
You know, so I'm working on that one. He had to have back surgery last week, so you know, I'm keeping in touch. I wrote him a personal note. I sent him my card. You know, told him I'd be in touch with him and find out how he's doing.
Can you share the story of the day that you showed a house and met the people outside?
The
and
doggy
it was a
people.
dog story, yes.
I can. So, this is, you know, a tough one. So I went to an open house. I was meeting clients. I ran through the open house first because I had time. I got there early, and then I went back to my car to wait. And the house was awful. I was honestly embarrassed. I wanted to call them and say, don't even bother coming, because it was really pitiful. And these two people came out to go to their car, and my window was open, and I just make a conversation, and I said, hey, you know, what'd you think? So I was curious. And they said, well, leaves a lot to be desired. I said, yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed as an agent that I would never show a house in that condition. And they go, yeah, you know, and those are the people that had the Dobermans. And we were talking, and they said they're not really in a rush. I'm like, well, you shouldn't be in a rush to buy a house. You want to take your time and make sure you find what you're really looking for. But they really were in a rush. Their Dobermans were really, really needing a place to live. Let me see if I have that with me. I don't know if I do. So, let's see. I don't know if I have it. Well, I sent them a card. So first, they were there and they said they had Dobermans. So I said, well, if you have 2 Dobermans, you're going to need these. I went to the back of my car, because I always have a basket in the back of my car with stuff. So I took out the doggy bags and I said, you're going to need these. They're doggy bags. And then, like, right after I gave it to them, my client said, we're here. I said, I'm so sorry, but I got to run. By the time I showed the house, came back to my car, she had already linked in with me and sent me an email. I'm like, wow, that's great. You know, so they obviously saw a value to what I was doing. And then I immediately went back, because she linked in with me, so I looked her up on Facebook, and I found a picture of their dogs. So I took that picture, and I don't have it with me. I thought I did. And I uploaded it to, oh gosh darn, I uploaded it to send out cards. So I did use send out cards, and I sent them a card with a picture of the dogs on the front, and inside I put like 6 different yards that I just pulled from MLS. You know, amazing. And I aimed at the dogs. So I said, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing you again and helping you find your dogs a forever yard. Perfect. That's what I wrote. And I even actually took the time and sent them, they have little gift items. So I sent them a little, like, it was like a token or something that you put in your pocket, and it's like so that your dogs are always with you, kind of thing. I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it was, but those are the people that I just sold. almost $1 million worth of property last week between their sale and purchase.
Great story.
And she actually just wrote wonderful testimonials for me, so that's great. Thank you. So, you got to keep in touch. Handwritten notes, just keeping in touch. The condo I'm putting on in a couple weeks, they've been wanting to sell for years. I sold them their condo. They now have 2 daughters. They need a house. They're ready for a house. But it's really hard to buy and sell simultaneously. So and it's hard to spruce up your house when you have 2 little girls that are running around. So I remember sending them a send-out card about 7 months ago, because I'm really no pressure, just a reminder. And it was the same thing. I found all their pictures on Facebook because we're Facebook friends. So like 3 different years worth of them with their girls that they take every year, like the same picture sitting on the front stoop. And I put it on the front, and on the inside, I put all the different houses. I wrote, this is now, and I put the condo on the left, and on the right, I put the possibilities. This is now, imagine all the possibilities. And just another way to keep in touch, and I'm always keeping in touch. I think last year during the snowstorms that we were having, I stopped by from Christmas tree shops. I bought a snowman, plastic snowman that had like snowman tools in it, like a fake nose, a little scarf, a little hat, so that the girls could build a snowman.
I have another question.
Wow.
Not really to do with the Popeyes, but could you speak about the unique thing that you do with open houses with your tent cards? I should have asked you to bring them.
Okay. Do I have any? Oh wait, you know what? I might have some because I'm going on that market analysis, so I probably have. Hopefully I have my folder in here somewhere. If not, I'm going to have to pick it up. Wait, is this it? Yes, for list appointments.
Ah.
Voila. So again, unexpected extras. That's what it's all about. So I bring these out and I tell people, when agents show houses, they don't know anything about the house. So when a client asks them, so can you tell me anything, about, when was the driveway done? And then they have to look through the feature sheet and they're looking and they have no idea. Or what year is it built? They look through the MLS and they find when it was built. Or, whatever it is. I aim that somebody walking around the house is going to know everything they need to know about that house before they leave because of the signs that I put everywhere. This was one house. It's a lot of signs. It's kind of crazy. And I also try to put things where they're not going to expect it. So you're not going to find in the walk-in closet. Master bedroom has fantastic walk-in closet. Because that's not going to drill it into them. But when they're downstairs looking at the water heater, there might be a sign on top that says, did you see the master bedroom walk-in closet with the organizers? Isn't that great? So now those people are going to walk out and they're going to remember, wow, that house had a walk-in closet. So this home has a versatile floor plan, which can allow this room to be a large and gracious dining room if desired, as the den with the wet bar and the fireplace make for a perfect family room. Just stuff. Fantastic farms are moments away, offering fresh eggs, ice cream, and, community farm shares, etc. Recently refinished and freshly stained espresso hardwood floors throughout first and second floor. Fantastic horseshoe driveway with decorative stone wall was installed in 2017. Roof and hot water heater were replaced in 2016.
So part of it is the highlights of updates that things that people might have done, special features of the home, like inlaid flooring or something. But it's also about getting them to see the complete house. When you're in the family room in the basement and you refer to the master bedroom closet or vice versa, you're causing the curiosity.
Yes.
To say, don't forget to see this in another part of the house.
That's right. And it gets in there, and it's amazing how people will read these signs.
Now tell us how you print those.
I print them out on basic cardstock paper with publisher, so I get this nice little, frame around it, and then I just fold them. Not rocket science. It's just another way to get things that all the bathrooms have been thoughtfully updated. I'm trying to think of ones that, did you notice the master bedroom has 2 large double closets? If not, go back and check it out. Because that's on the hot water heater.
Excellent.
I remember one house I had on the pool table in the basement. Do you like what you see? Can you picture yourself living here? Then don't wait. you know, just a call for action right there. You know, so if the agent isn't going to call for action, I'm going to call for action. Okay, so then there's lots of just things. Just honestly, this one didn't get me anything, but I did it. I sold a house, a condo right away. These are single-family houses that pass as condos in Marlboro. And I sold it. I had like 6 offers. I really try to negotiate up. I tell all my clients and sales, you know, possible sellers that I prefer to negotiate up, not down. I try to get them to aggressively price. And almost all of my listings sell for more. They sell for what they should sell for, like always. So this one I actually walked around, I printed out like 50 of these, and during the inspection, because I'm the seller's agent, I don't really like to be there, but I like to stop in. I walked around and put these in doors and knocked on doors and met people. And I listed and sold 35 Lilac Circle within 24 hours. Are you thinking of selling? Let me put my expertise and proven marketing plan to work for you. And I just walked around. No one called me from it, but you never know. You know, so you're always trying to do, you might as well walk around the neighborhood and do something. Any questions?
Where did you put these?
On the doors. I went around the neighborhood, I knocked on doors. If nobody was there, I put it in the door or in the mailbox, and some people I actually spoke to. Mm-hmm. I did get one call, but I didn't get the listing. So.
Questions?
What do you have in that package? You bring that with you on your listings?
Yes. This is what I bring with me on my listings, and some of it I bring because I make my own feature sheets, and I think it's very important to make feature sheets that really bring the property to light. So these are my general format, which is on Jostle.
Yes.
And I think on Improv.
And all the admins can do that and customize it for you. The format is beautiful.
So it comes out really nice. You know, on the back it has stuff about the town.
Show that again to the camera.
So this was Weybridge. You know, I think it's really important to have the features,
yes.
where most people today are only doing this.
Yes.
So how is this any different from MLS? And I bring my collection from other places to show them. And I actually have a story because I left my last company because they started saying that we're not going to do feature sheets like that anymore. We're just going to do this. I just don't think this says anything about the house. And they put the MLS inside. And then they said, well, everything's in the MLS, so we don't need to feature it in the feature sheet. And I said, well, yeah, but it's microscopic, and at my age, I can't read it very well. And if somebody asks me where, you know, how old is the house, what year is it built, they're looking for it up here. No one expects it to be all the way down here in tiny print. And most buyers cannot even navigate this very well. So I think it's really important to have them listed. And most of the things that I have in my hearts become my tent signs. So you're using it again. You know what I mean? And it's important to have just the main information right away. So that's what I do, and I bring these with me to show how this really isn't going to do much for you. You want people leaving and knowing your house. You want people to be able to go back and look at it. So it's, again, separating us from the competition.
So that information gets pulled from the MLS sheet, or you have to manually...
I do it. So if your admin is doing it for you, you might want to send her a list of the features that you want broadcast. Okay. They could pull from your MLS description if it really lists them. Like I do a lot, check it all off your list with this house. You know, like 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, central air, and I actually, you know, do that. And it might be easy to pull, but if not, just send your admin a list of the features. Like sometimes I actually have, you know, updates by the years. I'm trying to see. I think that was Grove Street. So I think I had in here, like all of the updates, yeah, listed by the years. So I had in 2018, and 2017, and 2016, all the things that the sellers did. So it was very evident what was done there. And actually, you can put that in there because those floor plans go in there. So, and then I actually even showed the one from Calder Banker. I thought, oh wow, I thought this one was a really nice feature sheet. You know, I liked how it was this way instead of the other way. And then I opened it up and I'm like, Yeah, not so much. It looks like the pictures were thrown in by a child. You know, they're not clear, they're not crisp, and you know, you do have some information on the back, but is that how you want your house represented? Or would you rather have your house represented like this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think most sellers would prefer this. And that's who we're selling to, is the sellers who are going on a listing appointment. So again, it's about the unexpected extras that you're going to do. Like we all have in our listing sheet, in our listing appointments, we have that form that says we syndicate, or you know, we blast out this listing to everybody else. When I show that slide on which I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation today, when I show that slide, I'm honest. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. We all do that. I'm not doing anything more than any other agent at any other company when it comes to broadcasting your listing on the internet to all the real estate companies, because it pulls it from MLS. But it's about all the unexpected extras I do that get your home sold. So that's what you're trying to sell, because you have to differentiate yourself. Hope that helps you. Anything else?
Thank you very much, Anne. That was awesome.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.